Welcome to day 3 of Glow Up Week, and today we're talking about your story. How your story is your strategy, how your lived experience will lead to income. So, obviously, you are following me on the Old Black Lady Chronicles, and I am the Old Black Lady. And the reason that I named my Substack newsletter this is because I want to own my story. I am owning who I am. I am old by society standards. I'm 69 years old. I am Black. Yep, born that way, died that way. That's the truth of it. And I'm a woman. I'm a lady. I'm a lady. I tell people I'm a lady all the time, but I'm a woman. And our government, society, they're trying to tell us that all these things are wrong. Oh, you're a woman, you're not capable. Now, DEI stands for women, blacks, lesbian, trans, all the things. But that's what makes us special. That's what makes the world go round. And it doesn't matter what your high end know it all influencers say. You have lived experience, you have wisdom, you have a story to tell, and no way is someone without this experience better equipped to help people. So I want you to lean all into your story, lean all into who you are. From the minute I started coaching women, I noticed that most women were afraid and are afraid to show up on camera. It's intimidating. It really is. Most women are afraid to show any signs of weakness. Most women, a lot of women, have imposter syndrome. They feel like they don't know enough, they aren't enough, they need more certifications. Men feel that way too. Society is raising the standard so high that they can't be reached. But you know what? There are tons of people that want to know about your wisdom and knowledge. You have a lifetime of experience. And if I had to guess, I would think that's why you're drawn to me and my story, because I've been to hell and back. And now I am leaning more into my story. My story, my experience, your experience is what is going to make you money. I know it's counterintuitive to what we've been told in the past, but people want to work with someone that has been through it, that has the experience and didn't just read it in a book. So let me give you an example. I'll give you a couple of examples. I have a client, or I worked with a client who got laid off her job. And I've talked about it before, but she got laid off her job. She's a single mom. She's divorced, single mom. So she decided she did not want to get another job. She had been on that job for 20 years. She was tired. She was sick and tired. She didn't want to go back to that job. And she came to me and I told her, you can make money based on you, who you are. So the truth of who she is that she's an intuitive, a psychic, and she was never open about that. She didn't discuss it because she didn't think it would be acceptable, which we all would think that. I'm very intuitive. I say I hear what's not being said. That's not a skill you put on your resume, but it doesn't matter because they want me to hear what they're not saying, what they're afraid to say. But anyway, back to my client. She decided she was going to come out as a psychic medium and that she was going to help women who are single moms date again. It's her life. She's a single mom, she's divorced, she's dating. That's who she's helping. Does she have experience? Yes, that's her life. So you see where I'm going here. Your story is the key to your transformation. The only thing missing is that you don't know that yet. You don't believe it, or you don't know it. Maybe you heard it before, maybe you haven't. When I first started this journey to have an online business in 2020, I took this course and it had homework. And I, like the type A person I was, kind of still am, I wanted to do all the homework and we had to post it in a Facebook group. And I love using Canva. So what I did was I would like do my homework and do pictures and different things because I decided that I wanted to combine creativity and money somehow in my business because I had been an accountant at that time for 15 years. And my whole every day was around numbers and money. And so, but I'm a creative person, and I had been told that I couldn't make money as a creative person. So when I went to college, I changed my major from English to business, economics, crazy stuff. But it did put food on my table for a long time, especially after my divorce. So, where was I going with this? I lost it, y'all. I lost it. And I'm not going to re record this because this is the other thing I want to show you. I want to show you an example of how you don't have to be perfect. So, anyway, back to what I was saying. So, I was in this program, I was using Canva, posting all these things, just showing what I do. And one of the mentors in the group said, "You're a Canva expert." And I looked at that comment and I believed her. I started thinking, dang, maybe I am a Canva expert because there's a lot of people that don't know how to use Canva. And if you don't know what Canva is, just look it up. But it it is you can make different images. Now they've added AI and documents but it's a kind of like a graphic design. It started out more like a simple everyday graphic design kind of program. But anyway, she told me I was an expert, and there were a lot of people in the program. There were probably a couple hundred of us that wanted to do that. They were starting their businesses, they wanted to have their visuals for their business. So I started teaching Canva. She said I was an expert, so I just started offering this Canva class for $25 to teach people how to use Canva. People signed up, and then my old marketing professor said find a need and fill it. So the need, I had potential people to sell to, potential clients right there in that group. So then I started teaching Canva for business. Yeah, I mean, just start expanding on what you already know. So the Canva for Business class was how to do your Facebook and Instagram posts, how to do a website on Canva. How did I learn? I taught myself. I'm doing the same thing now with AI, specifically ChatGPT and Claude AI. I'm teaching people, women mostly, people over 50, how to use AI, how to use ChatGPT. How am I doing that? I learned myself. And then I have a mentor who taught us how to create our own personal GPT, which means now my trainings, I've trained AI on my trainings in the way I teach things. So now I'm testing it. But find a need and fill it. That's what we do. So I started with teaching Canva. Then I started teaching business or potential or new business owners how to use Canva. Then I started telling them my story about how I want to leave my job, how I want to do coaching and business online full time. And then in the midst of all of that, I did leave my job and I started telling that story. I started telling the story about how the managing partner at the law firm where I worked told me I was highly compensated enough and the firm was not willing to pay me any more money. And how God told me they do not get to dictate how much money you make, which was my kind of marching orders to get the hell out of there. And I got certified as a coach. So then I started teaching coaching and I started at a lower price. And then I started raising my prices as I got experience. You see where I'm going here. You can start with a $25 offer based on what you already know, based on your story. My client, her story is she got laid off of her job and now she teaches women how to do what she's doing. Do you cook? Do you bake? Do you garden? On your job, do you do some kind of contract work or I don't know. I did accounting. You can start businesses with all of these things. Like, let's look at accounting. In accounting, I could just help business owners get more organized, get their books together, their receipts, pay their bills, all of those things. You don't even have to do income statements and the like higher level stuff. You could just do the daily things. There's so many new business owners who are online or small business owners offline who they don't even want to deal with the money part that you can help. And that's just an example. What do you do now on your job? What have you been doing for the past 30 years? Do that offline. Or if you, like me, I don't want to do accounting, but I love money, numbers, all the things. I joke and say that I used to count rich people's money because I used to every month report to the partners of the firm how much money they made. And at the end of the year, how much money they made. What was their income? What was their expenses? I had to make sure all the numbers were right. And that was a multi-million dollar firm. It was a large firm. So I'm not afraid to count money. I'm not afraid to look at the numbers. That's why part of what I help you do is make money. You see, it's a full circle thing. Sell what you know. Tell your story. What is your story? Comment below wherever you're finding this video. Tell me your story and what you can sell from your story and your experience. I am not making this up. I do this for a living and I help women do it every day. And part of Glow Up Week is to help you think outside the box and see other options for ways you can live your life and stop telling yourself that life is over just because you're over 50. I mean, I thought about the other day and I'm like, Gail, you're damn near 20 years past 50. I'm still out here making it happen. I need to make money. I need to make a living. What better way to make a living than to teach you how to change your life? I am on assignment to help people over 50 transform their lives, reinvent their lives. That's what Glow Up Week is about. So comment below, like I said, what are you going to start teaching? What are you going to learn to monetize? I want to know. Message me, DM me, whatever it is, let me know. I'm full of ideas. I, even without AI, I was full of ideas. I say that my brain is so sharp that ideas pop like popcorn. That's what I say. So if you want to borrow my brain, watch these videos. Go back. This is day 3. There's going to be 5 in the series. Watch them all, learn, apply, and then let me know how it's going. See you tomorrow for day 4.